Kal Halal Yahweh Bashim Yoshai Bashim Rakal Kadash Brakti Yahweh Brakti Yahushai Shalom. The honestly elders GMS Great Millstone. Shalom. Shalom to elect the church tribes. Let's get abroad greetings. We call ourselves a hope for that because we don't know the elect on these times. Shalom. So this one's going to be about the chariots, what the world calls UFOs. UAPs are the angels in the scriptures. I implore you to watch this video. GMS Babylon is fallen 144. Elder Yochanan, GMS London. He also has children of Israel, handlebar there. Lastly, Hebrew Israelite, Wakana. Psalm 104, verse 3. Go ahead, brother.
Who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters, who maketh the clouds his chariot, who walketh upon the wings of the wind.
Okay. Who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters. You know, part of the waters is what? The atmosphere. Our heaven, the first heaven pursuant to Genesis 1, scriptures. And the sky. Who maketh the clouds his chariots. His chariot. So you look up to the sky, you see, well, that's a interesting shaped cloud. Looks like a UFO. Even got the thing on top. Look like a little man inside, too. The chariots can disguise themselves as what? Clouds. Not every cloud you see is going to be a normal cloud. It could be a chariot, a UFO, UAP. Who walketh upon the wings of the wind. The chariots, they fly. Yea, he did fly upon the wings of the wind, written about Psalm 18. Next precept.
This is Psalm 68 and 17.
Beautiful. Psalm 68.
All right.
Go ahead.
The chariots of Allahayana are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them, as in Sinai, a holy place.
The chariots of Allahayim are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them, as in Sinai, in the holy place. What's the next precept, brother?
Isaiah 26 and 20.
Isaiah 26 and 20. 6.
Oh, that's what
20. I got Isaiah 26 and 20.
Yep. Okay, I'm going to read. Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers and shut the doors about thee. Hide thyself of it for a little moment until the indignation be overpassed. This is talking about the elect of Israel that's going to be beamed into the chariots, you will, when Yahushua comes back, the chambers, and shut thy doors about thee to hide thyself. We're going to be hidden in the chariots after, as it were, for a little moment until the indignation be overpassed. The indignation that's going to be overpassed is the nuclear destruction that's going to destroy America, Babylon. Also, the laser beams that are going to be shot down from the chariots to Babylon to do more destruction. So while all of that's going on, the elect will be in the chariots in safety.
Yeah, and when you go for like 1,000 years is one day, as the scriptures speak about, one day in spirit was 1,000 years, it really is for a little moment because Babylon the Great is going to go down in 1 hour pursuant to the book of Revelation. And there's a good chance that Yahushua is going to be the only one to, when it comes to the angels, they will be doing their parts of destruction as well. But Yahushua, you know how you see on TV, leave that enemy to me, I will deal with him myself. There's a good chance Yahushua is going to do that to Esau, Edom, pursuing Isaiah 63. There's another chariot scripture right here. Oh, where are we reading Isaiah? Isaiah 63, verse 1. Who is this that coming from Edom with dyed garments from Bozrah? Going to take place in America. Dyed garments, symbolic of the bloodshed, kicking on his garments, but not the literal. From Bozrah. Bozrah was the ancient capital of ancient Edom. It's going to take place in America. This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. What is this? When Yahushua comes back with the chariots, the chariot he's come back with, it's going to be the most glorious one, biggest one, with all the holy angels. Matthew chapter 25, verse 31, red letter words of Yahushua. When the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory. In his glory, and all the holy angels with him. And Chief Michael the archangels come back with Yahushua. And Yahushua is going to have command over all the hosts of angels he's coming back with, holy angels. I that speak in righteousness might is saved. Truly Yahweh Shai speaks in righteousness. It's going to save who? His elect. Now let's go down here. Verse 3. I have trodden the winepress alone. Yahweh Shai might be the only one for the laser beam in America out of all the angels. Leave that enemy to me. I will deal with him myself. And of the people there was none with me. Another point, you see? For I will tread them in mine anger and trouble them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. For the day of vengeance is in my heart, indignation. The indignation be overpassed. That's part of what? The vengeance. Heart is the mind. For the day of vengeance is in my mind. How was I thinking about the day of vengeance when he gets to come back and cut loose and cry as a woman in travail, as the scriptures speak about. And the precept before that cries woman in travail is fire. And the year of my redeemed is come. Who is Yahweh Shai going to redeem? His elect. Real quick. Let's go into that word for redeem.
No.
Let's see. Yeah, bro. That's the one, Deuteronomy. That's kind. The brother said, Quanah, Deuteronomy 28. No man shall buy you. Throughout 68. No man shall buy you. The word there for buy in the Hebrew is Quanah, which means buy you out of slavery. Not buy you off of auction blocks.
Buy you out of slavery.
Kind.
If we go, we don't have a lot of time, but for edification purposes, if you go to Deuteronomy chapter 28 and 68 and read one of the last sentences, it said, you shall be sold unto them for bondmen and bondwomen. That means slaves, man slaves, woman slaves, child slaves, bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall redeem you by Quanah, buy you back from slavery. That is the job of Yahweh Shai.
Yeah, this is right here.
Strong's H 1350. Gaal.
Wasn't Quanah there? It says to redeem. Act as kinsman, redeemer, avenge, revenge, ransom to the elect. Also, the 2/3, they're going to be out of slavery as well, but destroyed. But what Esau did to them, he touched them too, which is, you touch children of Israel, which is apple of the Most High Yahweh, his eye. So, yeah. And Yahweh Shai is what? The priest on high. The priest in the ancient world would do the sacrifice with the animal on the altar, and the altar will be burnt. And the animal would be slaughtered, the whole sacrifice thing, and they will burn the sacrifice to Yahweh. So, let's get this precept. The Lord hath a sacrifice. Bozrah, yeah. Isaiah chapter 34, verse 6, the sword of Yahweh is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For Yahweh hath a sacrifice in Bozrah, America, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. It's going to take place in America. The scriptures speak about the fat belongs unto Yahweh. So the lambs and all that, and the goats, the fat of the kidneys of rams, that's going to be what? The people. So in the ancient world, who would do the sacrifice? The priest. The high priest could do a sacrifice. The Levite. Yahweh Shai is who? Is what? A high priest. So, repeating again, Yahweh Shai might be the only one to set fire to this great altar, which is called America, because he's the high priest, and the priest would do it.
We'll go.
Next precept, brothers, where?
Isaiah 60 and verse 8.
Could you hold the phone, brother? Let me get some water.
All right. Good. Who are these that fly as a cloud, and the doves to their windows?
As a cloud.
That's the chariots.
Surely they fly like clouds.
They look like the clouds.
Yeah, they can do that too. They can fly like doves. Pew, pew. Dragon Ball Z style too, The next precept.
All right, so now we're going to go to Zechariah 5 and 1. One moment.
Zechariah 5 1.
Okay. Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll.
Was this a bread roll, brother?
That was not a bread roll. That was a chariot. So then I turned and lifted up my eyes. That reminds me of Psalm 121. I will lift up my eyes unto the hills, from whence help my help come from. My help come from the Lord, maker of heaven and earth. That's a chariot. When we look up, that's where they are.
Also the flying scroll. That roll represents what is a scroll. Just for edification's sake, because somebody might be thinking it's circular. The roll here means scroll.
Scroll.
Wait, I'm gonna prove that real quick. Bring it out. Prove all things written about Thessalonians. A flying roll. It's not a bread roll.
Strong's H 4039. Megillah. Megillah.
A book rolled together. That is a scroll. Root word etymology.
Strong's H 1556. Galal. Galal.
Scrolls roll. Roll away, roll down. Scrolls roll. All right, Zechariah 5:1. I'm gonna get some more light. Here you go, brother.
Okay, this is verse 2. And he said unto me, what seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll, the length thereof 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. So he's given dimensions here of what he saw. He's talking about what he saw when he looked up into the sky with the flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. He's given dimensions of what he saw for the chariot.
Yeah. What's the next precept?
Acts 1 and 9.
And then verse 3 goes into the destruction.
Mm-hmm.
Then also Acts 3 and 9. Ooh, what's that one about?
I'm trying to think of that one too.
I think that's Zechariah 6.
Zechariah 6. Okay, so Acts 1 and 9.
Go ahead.
And when he had spoken these things while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight. So, and when he had spoken these things while they beheld, he was taken up. That's Yahushai, and a cloud received him out of their sight. Yahushai went into the chariot, and then the chariot, so to speak, flew away, received him out of their sight.
Or maybe not flew away.
Not flew away, but
it could have, or disappeared,
disappeared, flew away.
Whatever it did.
Yahushua was no longer in sight.
Yeah, whatever it did. No in part, prophesy in part, whatever it did. I don't know. Let's sort of speak about that. We know in part, prophesy in part. We ain't got everything, but in the kingdom we will. So yeah, this was Yahushai, by the way, and we had spoken these things. You go above Yahushai, while they beheld, that was the apostles that was there. He was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight. Go to Zechariah 6. The blue letter Bible should show you when you click on clouds. It's going to be something along the lines with an N, Nephilim, something like that. I'm going to prove all of it. Click on cloud. Oh, the time. The water.
Strong's G 3507. Nephele.
Use of the cloud which led the Israelites in the wilderness. Pillar of fire by night, cloud by day. For the light and all that. That's the chariot that was back in the ancient world. Song of Solomon speaks about that too. All right. Yeah, where was we? What was the Zechariah 5:1, right?
Zechariah 5:1.
All right, let's start over there. Yeah, Zechariah 6:1, and I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, there came 4 chariots out from between 2 mountains, and the mountains were mountains of brass. Those mountains of chariots, big chariots. Second address goes into 13. Second address chapter 13 goes to a big chariot. That was Yahushai.
That would be 2nd Esdras 13 verses 3 through 13.
Yeah, 2nd Esdras 13 knows that mountain though is referring to the chariot Yahushai is going to come back with personally. That one's that one. Right? Just to be specific. Yeah, I can't find it. Pillar of smoke. Song of Solomon, chapter 3, verse 6. Who is this that cometh out of the wilderness like pillars of smoke, perfumed with myrrh and frankincense with all powders of the merchant? Pillars of smoke, wilderness. Ancient Israelites, wilderness, pillars of smoke, pillar of fire by name, and all that. It's a chariot. Behold, his bed, which is Solomon's, 60 valiant men are about it, of the valiant of Israel. So that person that was in that chariot is who? His bed is Solomon's bed. But wait, Solomon's bed would have belonged to Solomon, meaning Solomon was in that chariot. Wait a minute, how can that be? Yahweh Shai was in the chariot. The Lord was amongst them as inside and the holy place. So Yahweh Shai's reincarnation was King Solomon. Prove that real quick. You know, Solomon, he was to be beaten, chastised with the rod of men if he went off. He did. That didn't happen to King Solomon. But that happened to King Solomon when he came back as Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai, when he came back as himself, Yahweh Shai. You know, Yahweh Shai had reincarnations. He was Adam, first Adam. Apostle Paul goes into it. Hebrews, Corinthians, first Adam, last Adam. Last Adam was Yahweh Shai. First Adam was Adam in the garden with Eve. Melchizedek, Abraham gave the 10th part. Melchizedek was without father and mother, as is written about in the book of Hebrews. Next, you have Isaac. Isaac was the only begotten son of Abraham, even though Abraham had more than one son. So compare and contrast. Isaac was to be sacrificed. Yahweh Shai was to be sacrificed. That happened to Yahweh Shai. Solomon went into that, chastised with the rod of man. Didn't happen to King Solomon, but that happened to Yahweh Shai. That happened to King Solomon when he came back as Yahweh Shai. And Yahweh Shai, we know that. He never sinned as Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai came as himself. On that note, Shalom.
Shalom.
Kal halal Yahweh, Bashem Yahshai, Bashem Rekakodash, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahweh Shai. Shalom.
Shalom.
Double honor to the elder GMS Great Wisdom. Shalom.
Shalom.